Greetings of the day, everyone. Welcome to today's session. Today's session focuses on essential aspect of inclusive education, gender sensitivity in schools. So as teachers, we play a vital role in shaping young minds and fostering an environment where every child feels respected, valued, and equal. So, through this webinar, we will explore how to identify and challenge gender bias, promote equitable classroom practices, and create a safe, supportive space for all learners to thrive. Now, let's see what is gender sensitivity. Now, gender sensitivity means being aware of how boys and girls may have different experiences, needs, and opportunities, and ensuring that our words, actions, and classroom practices treat everyone fairly. It is about seeing beyond stereotypes and respecting individual identities. For example, avoid saying boys don't cry, or you may avoid saying girls are good at art, boys are good at maths. So, instead, encourage every child to explore all subject and express their feelings freely. If we talk about importance of gender inclusive education, now gender inclusive classroom ensures that no student feels limited because of the gender expectation. It helps children to grow with confidence, empathy, and respect for others. For example, use teaching material that show both men and women in diverse roles. A male nurse, or a female scientist, or father is cooking, or a mother is driving. So assign classroom duties equally. Both boys and girls can clean the board. They can both carry the books or lead the assembly. If we talk about building safe and respectful learning environments for all children, now teachers set the tone of the classroom culture. A safe and respectful space means student can express themselves without fear of judgment or teasing. For example, if a student is teased for playing with toys meant for the opposite gender, so step in and guide the class on respecting choices. Establish class rules that include respect everyone's feeling and differences. So the message will be school shapes attitudes. Gender respect starts here. So when teachers model equality and empathy, children learn that respect and fairness are from everyone. The classroom becomes the first place where gender equality takes the root. Now let's understand the gender concept. Now, to promote gender sensitivity, it is important for teachers to understand key terms and how they apply in school setting. Number one is gender versus sex. Now, sex refers to a biological differences between male and female, such as other physical features or chromosomes. So, gender refers to social and cultural roles, behaviors, and expectations that society associates with being male or female. For example, sex is biological. A child is born male or female. But gender is social. Boys are expected to play football. Now, the girls are expected to play with dolls, but these are the society's expectations, not the rules. Encourage children to choose their interest freely, regardless of gender. Number two, gender identity. Now, gender identity is how a person sees themselves as a boy, as a girl, or both, or neither, or somewhere in between. It is an internal sense of self not always visible to others. For example, a child may be born biological male but feel more comfortable expressing themselves in ways typically associated with girls, such as wearing certain colors or styles. So, teachers should respond with acceptance using the child's preferred name or pronoun when appropriate and ensuring classmates to show respect. Number three concept is gender roles. Now, gender roles are the expectations or behaviors that society assigns to boys and girls. For example, boys are expected to be strong and assertive. Now, girls are expected to be gentle and caring. So, in schools, we can challenge these roles by giving equal opportunities. Let both girls and boys lead the school assemblies or manage the classroom duties. Encourage both to participate in sports, art, and science activities. Number four is stereotypes. Now, gender stereotypes are fixed, oversimplified beliefs about how boys and girls should behave. They limit children's choices and confidence. For example, if we say boys don't cry, which actually discourages emotional expression. Now, by saying girls can't be good leaders, which actually limits their ambition. So instead, this model positive examples like boys can cry. Now, girls can be leaders. So, for this slide, I would say in short, when teachers use gender fair language, share balanced examples, and encourage every child equally, they help to build confident, respectful, and inclusive learners. Now let's see why gender sensitivity matters. Now, gender sensitivity is not just about fairness, it is about helping every child grow into a confident, respectful, and empathic individual. As teachers, your attitude and classroom practices directly shape how children view themselves and others. Number one, it supports emotional and social development. Now, when children are allowed to express themselves freely, they develop emotional strength and healthy social relationship. For example, encourage boys to share their feelings or cry if they are hurt. It helps them to understand emotions better. So let girls take part in group games or debates. It builds teamwork. It builds confidence. So emotionally open and socially aware children grow into more understanding adults. Number two, it promotes equal opportunities. Now, gender sensitive classrooms ensure that every student, regardless of gender, has equal chances to learn, lead, and participate. For example, rotate leadership roles in the classroom. One week, a boy can be the class monitor, or next week, girl can be the class monitor. So, while discussing careers, include both men and women in diverse roles, male teachers, female pilots, male nurses, female engineers, etc. So, equality in opportunities builds equality in mindset. Number three, prevents bullying and discrimination. Now, gender based teasing or the exclusion can deeply hurt child's confidence. Teachers play a crucial role in setting the tone for respect and inclusion. For example, if a student teases a boy for dancing or a girl for playing cricket, so use it as a teachable moment. Explain that all interests are for everyone. Create classroom norms like we respect everyone's choices. A gender sensitive classroom is a safe space where differences are valued, not mocked. Number four, builds confidence and belongingness in every child. Now, when students feel accepted for who they become more confident, active, and connected to school life. For example, celebrate achievements of all students equally, not based on gendered expectation. Use inclusive language, like instead of saying good morning, boys and girls, you can start saying good morning, everyone. So, a sense of belongingness empower children to learn, express, and grow without fear. So, final key message will be for this slide: gender sensitivity nurtures respect, equality, and empathy, the foundation of a truly inclusive classrooms. Now, let's see some common gender stereotypes in school. Now, gender stereotypes are fixed ideas about what boys and girls should be like. Now, these stereotypes often influence how teachers, parents, and even students see themselves and others. So, in school, such bias can unknowingly affect the classroom participation, subject choices, and confidence level. Let's look at some examples and how teachers can challenge them. Now, stereotypes about boys. Common labels will be strong, active, bold, good in sports and science, natural leaders. So, how it appears in school? Oh, boys are often encouraged to play outdoor games, take up leadership roles, or pursue maths and science. So, boys who are quiet, artistic, or emotional might be teased or not taken seriously. So, example and teacher tip will be here. A boy who enjoys painting or dance should be encouraged and appreciated equally as one who plays cricket. So remind students that the leadership is not about the gender. Both boys and girls can guide and inspire others. Use examples of male role models in creative fields like artists, chefs, or writers to show that all interests are valuable. Now, let's talk about stereotypes about girls. Now, the common labels for girls is soft spoken, caring, passive, good in arts, language, supportive roles. Now, how it appears in school? Oh, girls are often given helper or a decorative roles in events while boys lead. Now, teachers may unknowingly praise girls for being quiet or well behaved while rewarding boys for being confident. Now, the here example and the teacher tip will be encourage girls to take up roles in science exhibitions, debates, or sport events. Appreciate girls for their ideas and the problem solving skills, not only for the neat work or the discipline. So, use examples of women leaders, scientists, and the sports persons to break the stereotype. For example, we can talk about Kalpana Chawla, Mary Kom, like that. So, the final message for teachers here for this slide, every child should be free to explore interest and abilities without being limited by gender expectations. So, when teachers challenge these stereotypes in classrooms, they nurture equality, creativity, and confidence in all learners. Let's see some classroom strategies. Now, promoting gender equality through classroom practices. Number one, gender equality in schools begin with everyday actions. Now, teachers can make a difference by using inclusive language, ensuring equal participation, and removing gender based expectations from classroom routines. Let's understand how. Number one, inclusive language. Now, the words we use shape children's thinking. Using inclusive and respectful language helps every student feel valued. For example, instead of saying, "Good morning, boys and girls," you can say, "Good morning, everyone." So, avoid gender praise like, "You throw well for a girl," or "Be strong like a boy." So use neutral terms such as students, learners, or friends. So language creates belongingness or choose words that include everyone. Number two, balanced participation. Now encourage both boys and girls to participate equally in all classroom activities, discussions, and leadership roles. For example, rotate responsibilities. Let both boys and girls lead the morning assembly, or let them manage classroom duties or present the projects. So during discussions, ensure both genders get equal speaking time. So when everyone participates, everyone learns to respect diverse voices. Number three, avoiding gender-based tasks. Now, teachers often unknowingly assign tasks based on gender, which reinforces bias. For example, avoid saying boys carry the chairs and girls decorate the board. So instead of this, assign the task randomly or in turns so that all children share responsibility equally. All children should feel capable of contributing in every way. Number four, encouraging all children in all activities. Now, provide equal encouragement for every child to try different subjects, games, or roles regardless of gender. For example, motivate girls to join science club or the play sports. Encourage boys to take part in music, dance, or the art activities. So, interest, not the gender, should guide the participation. Number five, using gender neutral examples and materials. Now, the stories, visuals, and example teachers use in lesson strongly influence how children think about the gender roles. For example, use storybooks where both male and female characters are shown as a leader, problem solvers, and the caregivers. So, include examples like a male nurse, female pilot, father cook, cooking the dinner, or mother is fixing a car. Display classroom charts that show gender balance in various professions. Children believe what they see. Show them equality through your teaching material. So the message will be here, gender equality begins in everyday classroom actions. When teachers model fairness, students learn to value respect and equality for life. Let's see curriculum and teaching materials. Now, when we talk about curriculum and teaching materials, they play a powerful role in shaping children's thinking about gender. Now, teachers can promote gender equality by carefully reviewing what they teach, how they teach, and examples they share. Number one, review books for gender bias. Now, textbook and storybooks sometimes reflect traditional gender roles. Often unintentionally, it is important to check if both boys and girls are represented equally and respectfully. For example, for gender bias, only men shows as a doctor, engineers, or leaders, or only women showing cooking, cleaning, or taking care of children. So boys solving problem, girls helping quietly. Teacher tip for you all this: while planning the lessons, look at the illustrations and examples and ask, are both genders shown in a variety of roles? Are the achievements of women and men given equal importance? So the balanced representation helps students to see that abilities and roles are not limited by gender. Number two, include stories with diverse role models. Now, choose stories, poems, and lessons that showcase both male and female role models and people who break traditional stereotypes. For example, a story about a female scientist inventing something new. So, a lesson about a male teacher or a father who nurtures and cares. Folk tales or a biography highlighting women leaders, freedom fighters, and a sports person like Rani Lakshmi Bai, Mary Kom, Kalpana Chawla, etc. So when children see diverse role models, they learn that dream and abilities belong to everyone. Number three, encourage critical thinking. Is this fair? Help student to identify gender bias and question it respectfully. Ask reflective questions while teaching stories, pictures, or lessons. For example, what do you think only boys are showing playing football here? Or could a girl also be a pilot in this story? Is it fair that the girl is helping while the boy is studying? So, simple questions like these help students to develop awareness and fairness in their thinking. Number four, classroom activity, identify gender bias in text page. Now, the main objective is to help students to recognize hidden gender message in their books. Divide students into small groups and give each a page from their textbook or a storybook. Ask them to look for the clues. Who is speaking more? Who is doing active tasks? Who is shown as a leader or helper? So let group discuss and share. Did you find more boys and girls? What roles were they shown in? So conclude with a discussion. How can we make it fairer? For example, the outcome will be students may notice that the boys are showing playing outside while girls are inside helping. The class can rewrite or redraw the picture showing both girls and boys sharing all the roles. Now, this activity builds awareness, empathy, and habit of questioning stereotypes. Let's see some school policies and environment. Now, a gender sensitive school is not created by lessons alone. It is built through fair policies, safe spaces, and inclusive opportunities. Now, teachers, administrators, and students all play a part in creating this environment. Let us see how schools can make this happen. Number one, equal supports and leadership opportunities. Now, schools should ensure both boys and girls have equal access to games, sports, clubs, and leadership positions. Encourage both boys and girls to play football or a cricket or kabaddi, not just gender typical sport. So, rotate the leadership roles in the student council, house captains, and the class monitors so that both genders get equal chances to lead. So during annual events, ensure balanced representation. A girl can host the science fair and a boy can anchor the cultural program. Equality in opportunities help children to see leadership and teamwork as gender neutral qualities. Number two, safe complaint mechanism. Now, student must feel safe to share concern about teasing, bullying, or unfair treatment. Schools should have a clear, confidential, and supportive process to handle such issues. For example, create a student support committee or a gender sensitivity cells with teachers and counselors who listen to students' concern. Place an anonymous suggestion or a complaint box where children can report issues without fear. During the class meetings, remind students that it is safe to speak up and the teachers will listen without judgment. When students trust the system, they feel protected and respected. Number three, zero tolerance for bullying and harassment. Now, schools should make it clear that bullying, teasing, or harassment, especially based on gender, will not be tolerated. For example, if a student mocks another for acting like a girl or playing like a girl's game, address him immediately. Organize awareness session on empathy, respect, and impact of hurtful words. Reinforce positive behavior through classroom rules such as we respect everyone's choices and identities. So, zero tolerance sends a strong message kindness and respect are non negotiable. Number four, gender neutral restroom options, if possible. If school resources allow, creating an at least one gender neutral restroom helps make the environment inclusive, especially for students who don't identify strictly as a male or female. For example, a restroom labeled for all students can be used for anyone who feels more comfortable there. So, teachers can also educate students about respecting privacy and differences. Small changes in infrastructure reflect big step towards inclusion. So, the final key message will be here a gender sensitive school environment is safe, fair, and inclusive where every student feels seen, heard, and respected. Now, let's see teachers' role in promoting gender sensitivity. Now, teachers are the best or the heart of child's learning environment. The way we speak, the way we act and respond to students deeply shapes how they understand respect, equality, and fairness. A gender sensitive teacher consciously create a classroom where every child feels valued regardless of gender. Let's see what that looks like in daily teaching. Number one, models respect. Now, students learn from what teachers do than what they say. Showing respect to all students equally teaches them to do the same. For example, address both boys and girls by name and listen to them with equal attentions. Avoid remarks like boys be strong or girls stop talking so much. Praise the qualities like kindness, cooperation, and leadership in all students. When teachers model equality, students naturally follow that behavior. Number two, challenges stereotype. A gender sensitive teacher notices that cautions unfair ideas about what boys and girls should do. For example, if a student says, Ma'am, girls can't play football, then you can respond, why not? Anyone loves Anyone who loves the game can play. Use classroom stories and examples that show both men and women in diverse roles. Male teachers, female pilots, male nurses, female scientists. It encourages mixed gender group work so children learn teamwork beyond gender lines. So challenging stereotypes help students to think freely as well as fairly. Number three, encourages empathy. Now, gender sensitivity is built on understanding and empathy. Teachers can help children to see situations from others' perspective. For example, discuss short stories on the classroom situations that show feelings. How do you think she felt when others laughed at her? Role play activities where students act out scenarios about inclusion, respect, or fairness. So, acknowledge emotions equally. It's okay for boys to cry and for girls to speak up firmly. So, empathy builds kindness and respect across all the genders. Number four, reflects on own bias. Now, even well meaning teachers may have Unconscious gender bias reflection help us to become more aware and fair in our teaching. For example, ask yourself, do I call on boys more during science lesson? Do I expect girls to help the classroom decoration? Or do I assume boys are more confident and girls are more disciplined? Once aware, make small changes, give equal chances to answer, lead, or represent the class. So, the self awareness is the first step towards the equality. Let's see some practical classrooms activities for promoting gender sensitivity. Now, gender sensitivity grows best through experience and interaction. Now, teachers can use creative classroom activities that help students to see, feel, and practice equality and respect in everyday life. Number one, role play empathy scenarios. Now, role play helps students to step into someone else's shoes and understand feeling from different perspective. For example, create a small skit where student is teased for doing something meant for all opposite gender, like a boy wanting to dance or a girl wanting to play a cricket. So after the role play, discuss how did the characters feel? What could others have done differently? What is the fair response? Now, all these questions build emotional understanding, empathy, and respect for everyone's choices. Number two, storytelling with diverse gender characters. Now, stories are powerful tool to break stereotypes and inspire inclusion. For example, use or write short stories showing girls as inventors, athletes, or leaders, and boys as caring, cooperative, and artistic. For example, a story theme, a girl who loves fixing machine, or a boy who becomes the best cook in the class. So after storytelling, ask the reflective questions. What did you learn from this character? Can anyone do these things? Or only certain people can do these things? Storytelling helps children to visualize equality in action. Number three, mixed sitting and group work. Now, seating and grouping patterns in classrooms can unknowingly reinforce gender divides. Encourage mixed sitting and collaborative group work where boys and girls learn to cooperate and respect each other's idea. For example, instead of separating rows as boys' side and girls' side, mix them. In group projects, form teams with boys and girls. Rotate group leaders so everyone get a chance to guide and support. So, equal participation in groups breaks social barriers and builds teamwork skills. Number four, display posters promoting gender equality. Now, visual reminders reinforce the message of inclusion every day. Put up the poster or a bulletin board showing boys and girls are equal learners. Respect all genders. Pictures of men and women in diverse professions, pilots, teachers, engineers, doctors, artists, or farmer, etc. Have students design their own posters or slogans about equality and respect. So gender sensitive classroom looks and feel inclusive. So the final message will be gender equality can be taught not just through lessons but through the classroom culture we create. When students learn to share, respect and empathize through real experiences, they carry those values beyond the school walls. Let's see parent involvement in promoting gender sensitivity. Now, teachers and parents are the partners in shaping the children's values and attitudes. Even if schools promote equality, children also learn a lot from what they see at home. That's why involving parents in gender sensitivity efforts is essential for lasting change. Number one, conduct awareness sessions. So, organize short workshops or meetings or parents to help them to understand the importance of gender equality and how small actions at home make a big difference. For example, conduct sessions titled like Raising Gender Equal Children or Breaking Stereotypes at Home. So, discuss simple topics like how toys, scores, and languages can shape a child's thinking. Sure, you can show the examples. If only daughters can help in the kitchen and sons play outside, children may start to feel believe those are the fixed role. So when parents become aware, they consciously model fairness and respect. Number two, encourage equal roles at home. Motivate parents to share responsibilities and give equal chances to both boys and girls in daily life. Ask parents to involve sons in setting the table or taking care of younger sibling and daughters in small repairing work, budgeting, or the outdoor activities. Share success stories of families where all members share tasks equally. Encourage parents to let children choose hobbies freely. A girl can learn karate, a boy can learn cooking. Equal roles at home teach children that care, strength, and responsibility belong to everyone. Number three, share non gendered expectations. Now, help parents to see that expectations like girls should be polite or boys should be strong, they all can limit children's growth. Encourage them to focus on character and effort, not the gender. For example, instead of praising girls only for the neatness or behavior, praise them for creativity, praise them for curiosity or leadership. Instead of expecting boys to act tough, appreciate them for showing empathy and teamwork. Send newsletter or WhatsApp message with reminders such as encourage both sons and daughters to dream big. Let your child's interest guide them, not the gender labels. So, non gendered expectations allow every child to grow with confidence and freedom. Let's see some key takeaways. As educators, we have the power to shape not just lessons but the lives. Promoting gender sensitivity means helping every child feel seen, respected, and free to be themselves. Let's reflect on key messages. Number one is gender equality starts with awareness. Now, change begins when teachers become aware of their own thoughts. They become aware of their own words and action. Awareness help us to recognize hidden bias and replace them with fairness. For example, noticing if we call on boys more in science class or expect girls to help decorate. Now, using inclusive greetings like students or learners instead of saying boys and girls. So, when we are aware, we teach consciously and fairly. Number two, challenge stereotype. Now, stereotypes are powerful, but teachers can break them through everyday classroom examples and attitudes. For example, when a child says, only boys can play football, gently ask, do you think girls can play too? Let's try together. So, include stories, visuals, and lessons showing women and men in diverse roles. Each time we challenge a stereotype, we open a child's mind to new possibilities. Number three, build inclusive classrooms. An inclusive classroom is one where every student feels safe, valued, and capable. Teachers can create this through equal participation, mixed sitting, and respectful communication. For example, give equal chances to both genders in leadership, games, and discussions. Display posters on charts that promote respect and equality. Encourage empathy through role plays and stories that show understanding of others' experience. So, inclusivity turns classroom into safe spaces for growth and confidence. Number four, teachers play a transformative role. Now, teachers are the role models. Children observe how we treat others, and that becomes their lessons for life. For example, a teacher who treats all students equally inspires fairness. A teacher who stops teasing or bias teaches courage and respect. A teacher who listens patiently to every voice and helps build a culture of empathy. Now, teachers don't just teach gender sensitivity, they live it. The final message for this slide, gender sensitivity is not an extra task, it is a mindset. Each teacher, awareness, words, and actions can transform classrooms into spaces of equality, empathy, and respect. As we come to the end of the session, let's remember education is not only about academics but also about shaping values and hearts. When we talk about gender sensitivity, we are really talking about the kind of world we want our children to live in. So let's raise children who believe in dignity, equality, and respect. So let us, as educators, be the torchbearers of change, guiding young minds to grow in compassion, fairness, and respect for all. Thank you for being a part of this journey towards a more inclusive and gender sensitive school culture.